Doing? Huh, Bobo? Come here. Morning, everybody. Jason, Bo, Hollis Farms. I decided just to bring one with me today. Having some catching issues. These some crazy jokers. So, him and PJ both done got to where they run from me. So I'm gonna work on them singly, and see if I can get that under control. If I can't just do it pretty easy, can't chase them because of my back. I don't like chasing one. I'm gonna get the collars out and tone break them or fix something, but they just wired up. We just got to bring them back down a little bit. All right, so me and Bobo is loaded up on the John Deere 5101. Got the cutter hooked up. It's a little spooky. Never been on the tractor before. That's one reason I wanted to bring him by himself. Get him used to riding. Well, wouldn't it be a handful to have both of them in this cab fighting? But anyway, I don't normally do just a bunch of cutting this time of year. But what I want to do, I want to get in front of the loggers and clean some of these roads up as far as grass. And then there's no excuse for them to come in here and make a mess on the roads where they see me cutting. So I'm going to try to, as we go, I'm going to make sure I stay ahead of them right where they don't. You just got to do it. And then when I talk to them and tell them to stay off my cut roads, we'll see if they listen. There won't be no excuses. Well, I didn't see that. Well, yes, we did, because it's clipped. So let's get started. I'm going to do some of the main road here, too. Well, it feels funny to be in a cab tractor. It's been a while. Been on the 5065 so much. It's kind of nice to be smart again, get up in this air for a little while. Look dusty, it's drying out. Alright, time to get Bobo to not be so scared this first time riding. He's gonna get to where he likes it. Let's do it. Huh. Let's do it. Getting a little dusty. Starting to dry up. Kind of getting the edge of the road right now. Later, boy, it's dusty too. Later, I'll get on in there close to them pines, but there's still some water standing, a little bit of moisture in them ditches, and I don't want to make no ruts, so I'm just gonna let that bust. One thing I do like about this cutter, it hangs past the tires a little bit, and then the wheels of the cutter in the middle, so you can hang over a little bit. This is about my favorite cutting setup for down here. Pretty dry out there in the woods. I think it's plenty of dry log right now, but like there's some water standing in the ditch right there, but it's not too bad. This wasn't the main place I was wanting to cut. All right, Bobo, don't back off of me and hit the floor. Getting a little more comfortable, ain't you, buddy? All right, so this is gonna be probably one of the first places where log, boy, it looks good. We actually thinned that maybe 2 years ago. One of the spots we burned. This fire lane's a little tight. There's a few stumps I gotta raise up. I'd really rather cut this with a little narrow cutter, but I've just got it in low gear. Gonna ease down through here to make sure they can see the line and make sure they stay off my fire lanes because they're fairly smooth. But anyway, probably gonna be one of the first places we cut, so road on both sides of it, or fire lane on this side, a better road on that side. I'm gonna just ease down through here. I ain't running but 2.5 miles an hour. If it's, I never talked about that, if it's a pretty wide open place, most everything we do is about 5 miles an hour. Like I say, most everything's about 5 miles, 4.5, 5 miles an hour. Spraying about 5 miles an hour. Drilling, sometimes I was tight right here. Oh, I've cut this with this before, but I wanted to come down through here too and make sure how dry it is too. I think it's gonna be fine, but boy, it looks good out there. Some food out there. I almost hate to get in there again, but it's just time too. So I'm gonna cut around the perimeter of this thing. It's a creek on one end, main road on one end, both road on both sides. I'm just gonna get tight right here. Let me cut this camera off for a second. Relaxing a little bit now. He's laying down just watching. It'll be alright. Window got back dusty already. Alright, I'm getting close. I get down to this bottom, I'll be at the end. I just gotta make sure it ain't too wet. I don't wanna get stuck. I'll get me a spot right down here. I'm gonna turn around. That's the worst thing about this road. Most of our roads make a loop. But with this creek being right here, maybe when we get done this time, I may make me a where I can loop around. I hate kind of deadheading when you get down here and cut, and then got to go back out without cutting. May make me a road down the edge of that creek or something. I'm gonna turn around here in just a second because it's gonna be soft anywhere. It's gonna be around this creek somewhere. Usually you can kind of look at this grass and tell this don't look like just like water grass right here. It looks like we're alright. I'm looking at my tires. No mud on them yet. I think we're gonna be okay. They usually turn around, right? I'm gonna turn around right here real quick. Alright, got turned around. Yeah, Bobo. Well, you're gonna learn how to turn around in there. Worst thing about this back surgery right now, not really sure. I think I'm supposed to be on the tractor, but I'm not sure. But anyway, I'm just going slow. Bush hog, anything on the tractor that I do, or anybody about does, unless you're using the front end loader, you gotta be turning around and looking, and that twisting a little bit. It's probably the worst anything, but I think eventually we'll get well. We just got to keep getting after it, easing through this thing. I'll tell you one thing for sure, there ain't no way I'm going to hardly spend a 8-hour day on a tractor right now. 4 hours would be a long time. 2 or 3 hours is enough. That's about all we're probably going to do today, and I'm just going to poke around. I can get this done quicker, but of course it don't hurt nothing to go, excuse me, slow down these fire lanes and all. I got some fire lanes I got to work on too. Always something to do. What are you doing, Bobo? Alright, back out to the main road. This is the spot where we're going to hopefully plan on starting. This is the loading ground right here. That pile of stuff there didn't burn good last time. Maybe we'll get it better this go around. What, Bobo? But you're starting to relax a little bit now, ain't you? Huh? It ain't so bad. It ain't so bad. Alright, now here's one of my main trails that I sure don't want any traffic on. They messed around last time they was here and parked a dang loader in a ditch, made a mess. I'm gonna do my best for that not to happen this time. It's just our roads are in too good a shape. I realize on our gravel roads we're gonna have to, you know, grade around and work on some stuff, but there ain't no reason, if we're working out there in the loading grounds over there, there's no reason for nothing to ever get on this road. I'm gonna do my best to try to get all that straight before we start. I'm a little surprised at how dry it is, but it sure is. A lot drier. We had a lot drier spring and all, so I think it's gonna help. Don't you start chewing, I'm gonna bust you. Can't ride if you're gonna chew. Hey, quit chewing. This road here is just a little bit wider than the cutter, so I'm gonna go back down, and I could get away with one, but you know how stuff starts growing on the sides, so I like to keep it as wide as I can, at least one time. If a gum tree or something starts trying to pop back up. A lot of this stuff I'll get one more time during the summer. Some of the stuff we're finna start doing, we'll just do once a year. Time to get back at it. Season will roll right back around before you know it. Gotta stay after it. Don't we, Bobo? Alright, back out to our main gravel road now. And when I started, I had that window pretty clean right there. This back distance. Better on the window than all over us. A little water standing right there. Have to watch these ditches. Alright, we're going to be cutting out here some. There's old loading pad right there. I want to do my best. I know that I have to work some right here. I want to do my best to keep this trail here in good shape. They'll have to skid the mud hole right there a little bit, about dry. They'll have to skid across here some, but as we go down through here and turn, I want to make sure they don't bother it. Because this thing right here is smooth, pretty smooth. The keep her smooth. Alright, so this is one of my fields that's got a lot of clover in it that we sprayed. They're going to be doing quite a bit of work out there, so I'm going to probably, for now, at least make a run down and a run back 20 feet. That way they can see. Bush hogs stay out of it. Clover's getting a little thinner right here. I don't know what's going on. I believe it'll come back. There was a lot of armyworm issues last year. A lot of people had more problems than I had. I think there was a few fields that they got in on me. And from what I see, they're way worse on the grasses than the clover. But they'll get that if it's there. So I don't know. I think some of my spots, I know at the house, one of them, I'm pretty sure they got in it pretty hard, but it seems to be coming back, so nothing too bad to worry about. This has gotten a little thinner right here over the last couple of years, but there's still plenty there to keep tending to, especially right now in the middle. We're gonna be alright. Alright, so the deer bed right there. I really wanted to get this lane right here because they're going to be working on both sides of it. This lane goes up in here. Don't need them. Sure don't need them skidding across it or a bunch of tracks. Pretty good clover down through here too. Just got to make it look like I keep it up where they don't I wouldn't normally. Oh, a yawn. Cut it this early, but I'll make sure they stay out of it. Oh, it's bad wet right down here the other day. Fixing to see if it still is. There's some good clover right there, boy. Ooh. Oh, I can't quit yawning. Ugh. Dried up. Oh, yeah. Oh, oh. Right down here the other day, I didn't even want to ride the Ranger. It's so wet. Clover looking good out in there, though. Bobo's relaxing a little bit, like you want to take a nap. I'd be sick right here if they went to running a skidder across this clover. I'd come uncorked on that. I think we'll be fine. Golly, that clover looks good right there. Riding pretty good, ain't you, boy? Ain't you, boy? Yeah, just a little smooth, but not bad. Oh, fall. He's losing his back feet when he tries to sit up and stand up on them. Getting the hang of it, though, ain't you? Alright, I'm kind of going around where we're going to load right here, but I still want to end up with both of my road. I want to end up with both of my roads around it when we get done. I have to do a little dozer work on a little bit of it, but I want them to know it's here. That's a good boy. So Bobo did good. The first tractor ride in the 5101. Got out and took a leak. Been farting and stinking. He needs to go do something else. I bet he does here in just a second. Probably he ain't learned to go outside the barn yet. He might here in a minute. What are you doing? Little turd's hard to catch. I'm hoping the more I get him out, PJ can get that way too. Hope I don't have to get the collars out of them. I'm just gonna keep working with them. What you smelling? All right, y'all, let's get to today's Bible verse on the word painful. Psalms chapter 127, verse 2. It is vain for you to rise up early, to retire late, to eat the bread of painful labors, for he gives to his beloved even in his sleep. I couldn't even hardly get that one out, y'all. All right, y'all, not a bad day today. Got quite a bit of grass cut with the 5101. Bobo's first little tractor ride. He did really good. I'm just, boy, them two dogs is hard-headed on catching. I ain't had one like that in a long time, but I'm finna have to start working on them, because when it's time to go, it's time to go. They got to come. But anyway, a good day. Appreciate y'all watching. Out of here.